So hello, my name is Chris and you will usually find me on a beach, such as this one at Mappleton, doing long exposure photography with my OM System OM1 Mark II. And in this video, I want to give you a little bit of a talk about how I use Live ND to create the long exposure photographs that I so much enjoy. But before we get into that, I just want to show you a few sample photographs that I've taken using the Live ND feature on this camera. So it's now blue hour, so we're on the beach. How do we get Live ND set up on the camera, ready to start shooting long exposures? Let's jump over to the OM1 Mark II and we'll get things set up. So the camera's turned on, we want to head over to the menu button, computational modes, number 2, and you'll see Live ND shooting. So we turn it on, as so. Then we select our ND strength. We have options of 1 EV, 2 EV, 3 EV, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So we have in total 7 stops to choose from. So while it's currently blue hour, I'm going to go for something like ND4. Let's go for 2 stops. And that's it. Live ND is now ready to use on our OM System OM1 Mark II. So all that's left really is to go over to the camera, set up a composition and take a photograph. So we have Live ND4 turned on. I know that because there's a little symbol in the top left hand corner of the live view display, which is great. It just helps you remember what strength you've got set up. I'll choose the histogram, so let's have a look. 10 seconds, f5.6, ISO 200, and Live ND uses the electronic shutter, so you're not going to hear an audible shutter sound. That's okay, it's designed to work that way. So we've taken our first photograph now. It was taken with the 12-40 f2.8 Pro. But what if we wanted to swap lenses and use, say, the 40-150 f2.8 Pro? A different lens with what we would call maybe a different filter thread at the front. Well, that's okay because Live ND is built into the camera. So I don't have to worry about putting different filters on and changing threads and all of that kind of jazz. We can just swap out one lens for the other. And Live ND is going to work because, as I say, it's built into the camera. So let's take a photo with this lens. So a different lens on the camera, but the camera remembers that I was using ND4 last time. It remembers that Live ND was turned on, which is great. And I also have a little cheat sheet here for you. So watch how I change ND filters on the fly, on the camera, without going back into the menu. So I have Live ND mapped to the record button on the camera, so I just press and hold, scroll with the wheel, and as the lights change a little bit, I think we'll use ND16. And voila, ND16 is turned on. So 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 seconds long exposures are good and all, but what if you wanted to go big and go home? What if you wanted to do a 60-second long exposure? As we all know, these cameras natively shoot up to 60 seconds. So fear not, you can still do a 60-second long exposure with Live ND. You can see there's no physical filters. All I'm going to do is now use my cheat sheet and go to ND128, which is a 7-stop filter, and 60 seconds, f5.6 and ISO 200. I can just press the go button and take a 60-second really long exposure photograph. It really is that simple to use Live ND. So Live ND then is a really useful tool for long exposure photography. You can shoot long exposures anywhere from a 60th of a second ND2 all the way to 60 seconds at any of the strengths. But bear that in mind what I say about a 60th of a second at ND2. The fastest long exposure that you can take with Live ND does depend on the strength of the filter that you are using. So bear that in mind when you're choosing your composition, your subject, and the photograph style that you want to take with your camera. Live ND has been a game changer for the way that I shoot my photography, and I hope it is for you as well. I can change lenses without having to worry about swapping out filter kits because Live ND is all built into the camera, so you don't have to worry about filter thread sizes. You don't have to worry about the nitty-gritty. you can just go out there and shoot the long exposure photography that you want to shoot. So I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial and a little bit of a rundown on how I use LiveND to take long exposure photographs, and I hope it inspires you to get out there and find new and creative ways to use your OM system camera. Thank you very much for watching. I'm just going to leave with my typical ending of peace and goodbye.